Hello, YouTube friends. This is Richard Mabey with Richard Mabey Presents. It's Thursday morning, January 4th, 2024, my sister's birthday. So if you'd like, please do put little happy birthday messages on the comments. That'd be nice for my sister. Had the MRI yesterday, was in the tube for over 2 hours. And it's very Twilight Zone because when you go in the tube, the key, if you get an MRI, the key is keep your eyes closed because it's like it's like right there, and I have a whole new respect for John Glenn in Friendship 7, Mercury capsule, because you are so closed in, and if you open your eyes, if you're even the slightest bit claustrophobic, it is mind-boggling. And I was in there for over 2 hours. So and you have to take a deep breath and hold it for a long period of time. It was tough, but anyway, the bottom line is that my right ventricle has ischemia, is severely damaged, and it's not reversible. There's no magic pill. There's no prescription. There's significant damage done to my right ventricle. Now, I came into the world with a congenital heart defect known as a myocardial bridge, and you can look that up on Google, myocardial bridge. But essentially, if this is my heart, and where's my pen? And if this is a coronary artery, normally the coronary artery lies on top of the heart. With a myocardial bridge, it interweaves in the muscle fiber such that every time my heart contracts, it squeezes my coronary arteries. Now, this is the effect similar like if you have a straw. Imagine if you put, in your fingers, interweave a straw and just keep pressing on that straw. Eventually you get little kinks in there. And that's basically what happened with my right coronary artery. Had significant kinks so that the blood, it wasn't like, I wasn't eating, probably some degree, but it's not like so much cholesterol factor as that constant squeezing of the coronary artery by the muscle spindles of the heart. So anyway, I'm 70 years old, and I got to act. I was in 2 plays off Broadway. I played Felix Sherman in The Owl and the Pussycat, and Jefferson Smith in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington at a little off Broadway theater in New York. I've been in dozens of plays. I've had 5 plays produced. I own my own newspaper. I was on television for 5 years, hosted a TV show for 10 years. 10 years. Was Crosstalk Writers Circle, and then Community Profiles. So it was I've been on TV, people tolerating me for 10 years in New Jersey, the cable television network in New Jersey, based in Trenton. I worked as an editor and writer at ad agencies and corporate world. So I've lived a full life, and had some wonderful girlfriends in my life. So, such is life. Would have been nice to make it to 90, but and I had rheumatic fever, full blown rheumatic fever when I was 12 and 30, and both times for one full year of my life, my feet never touched the ground, and I was in and out of hospitals, and the strep infection, the strep attacked my heart. So, and I actually making it to 70 was a pretty good deal. You know, like, congenital heart defect, rheumatic fever twice, and all these other problems. I got the ascending aorta has an aneurysm, and my sinoatrial node and my atrioventricular node are out of sync. So, you know, I'm not going to go out there and be Mickey Mantle. You know what I mean? I guess so. A lot of you have also been wondering how to get more of my writings on Google, and my writings are all over the place. You know, it's like it's all over the place. So if you put Richard Mabey Jr., Lincoln Park Journal, that will give you that whole Lincoln Park Journal era. You know, so Richard Mabey Jr., Lincoln Park Journal. And I always have to put the junior in because, well, respect to my father, but also the chap across the pond in England, Richard Mabey, he's also a writer. So we're in a constant battle for our place in the sun in Google. However, in the YouTube universe, I'm winning. Not that it's a competition. Now there's another Richard Mabey. He's a lawyer, and there's four major Richard Mabeys, and there's another Richard Mabey that so you would think, oh, we all got the same name, Richard Mabey. We're all like, you know, the all for one and one for all, like the Three Musketeers. But we're all fighting for that for that space, the top of the heap on Google, you know. I am going through stuff, not yesterday, but the day before, and I found another one of my Batman hats, which I was really happy. But it's like strange. It's like a little Herman Munster. It's like too high or something. It creates this effect. It creates this effect. Like that first episode of The Outer Limits where they have the aliens with the big heads. So it looks like I have this big head, you know, and I go down like this, but it still doesn't, you know, it's just, I love the hat. I love Batman, but anyway, I was glad to find that. The other day, it's Thursday, I guess it was Monday, about 10 years ago, I got the incredible find, the complete works of O. Henry, volume 1 and 2. This is an incredible find. The complete works of O. Henry. O. Henry was the master of the short story and the master of irony. I just have so much respect for O. Henry. And his name is, a lot of people go O. Henry, like O apostrophe Henry. It's actually O period Henry. And his real name was William Sidney Porter. Interesting man. And each one of these books is a little over 800 pages long. So 1,600 pages. And look at the font. The font is about a number 8 font. Here, I just picked a page at random. Look at the font. The font's like a number 8 font. It's not. It sure doesn't look like a 10 or a 12 font. That looks like a number 8 font. So this guy was prolific, and these books. Wait till I tell you what I paid for it. You're gonna be amazed. This is copyright. Oh, wow. 1953. Wow. This is print. That's when I was born. This year I was born. I just, I never checked you know, the printing date. It was first, this book, it was first copyrighted in 1899. But they have this, what do you call it? Double negative, for, double image for Henry. And I really don't like the way they did that. I would just rather have had his face, without the double imagery. But okay, here we go. Get set. People get ready for the train a coming. I found these in a used bookstore about 10 years ago, $2 each. They're like the bargain shelf, and I see them, and I grabbed them so fast. $2 each. And I thought, oh my goodness, there's a mistake. So when I brought them up to it's a little bookstore, a little used bookstore. And I brought them up to the owner. I was expecting him to say, "Oh, that's a mistake. They're $50 each, or they're $100 each," and they were $2 each. So for $4, and what's tax is 7% in Florida, so 7, 420 for $4.28. I got two complete, the volume 1, volume 2, the complete works of O. Henry. He actually, I believe, he set the foundation for Alfred Hitchcock and for Rod Serling, and just the whole array of the genre of the twists and turns in a story, where it's the story is going along, and then in that last page or last 2 pages, there's a twist. It could be betrayal. It could be, the twist of events. The man was a genius for irony. He defined irony. He defined irony in the short story, and I'm more of a short story writer as opposed to being a looking at a novel. So reading O. Henry, coming back to O. Henry, has really inspired me. I become very conscious that the clock is ticking, and I have this whole book completed, about my sister and I worked on it together. This whole kind of the stories of my dad's good works in scouting as a scoutmaster from 19. Well, he was an assistant scoutmaster in 64, a committeeman in 64, and then became the scoutmaster in September of 1965. September of 65, he became the scoutmaster, because I just started 7th grade. And then through 1994. So 75, 85, 9. Cats are having a discussion. So he almost made 30 years. It was like 29 and a half years. So you can say, say 30 years, but it was 30 years as a scoutmaster for Boy Scout Troop 170, sponsored by St. Andrew's Episcopal Church, which sadly I heard folded up, which really breaks my heart, in Lincoln Park. So yeah, I was kind of sad yesterday. Driving home from the hospital, my sister drove, which was really nice, and I was really sad. And then, I was thinking, well, it's not. There's people that are worse off, and if I'm careful, I don't do any lifting. Don't join the softball team. you know, don't don't do it. Don't do any insane acrobatics, or don't run. Don't uh, you know try to run the marathon or something. Maybe you know I might be able to make it to 75. So I want to keep doing the YouTube. I want to see my book, or the book that my sister and I wrote together about Dad's years as scout, 30 years as scoutmaster. I want to see that published, and just keep writing short stories and getting them published, and they're out there in the internet universe. It's just like the whole Lincoln Park Journal era. If you want to read up on that, Richard Mabey Jr. Lincoln Park Journal. So, and when you see the images, click images and then click on some of the images, and that'll bring it to a story. So, um, that's about it. I mean, you know, you know, you're not always going to get good news in life, and life isn't always fair. And so, I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus, and whatever your faith is, I understand. But I know I believe there's an afterlife, heaven, you know. So and it's not all about this physical world. There's a world beyond this physical world, and I believe every I don't know how controversial this is, but every living being has a soul that lives forever. So I'm not, you know, I mean, when I was 12, rheumatic fever could have killed me. So I'm glad to make it to 70, and I'll be happy. 75, I'll be happy at 75. If I make it to 75, I'll be happy. So, not to be pessimistic, not to be pessimistic about things. Yeah, like that great "Every Picture Tells a Story" song, Rod Stewart. Just laugh it off. You didn't have to come here anyway. Just make the best out of the worst. Just laugh it off. And if I were to give you some words of advice, I wouldn't quote, Dickens, Shelley, or Keats, because it's all been said before. Just make the best out of the worst. Just laugh it off. You didn't have to come here anyway. Just remember, every picture tells a story, don't it? Every picture tells a story, don't it? I firmly believe that I didn't need anybody but me. I sincerely thought I was so complete. Look how wrong you can be. Great album. I think the pinnacle. I think one of Rod Stewart's greatest albums. Every Picture Tells a Story. Maggie May, Mandolin Wind, um, Maggie May, Mandolin Wind, and on and on. Um, and just a great album. Um, Reason to Believe. If I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way just to leave the past behind, knowing that you lied straight-faced while I cried. Still I look to find a reason to believe someone like you makes it easy to live. Never think about myself. If I gave you time to change my mind, I'd find a way just to leave the past behind, knowing that you lied straight-faced while I cried. Still I look to find a reason to believe. Every picture tells a story. Great album. So I'm going to sign off. Keep a good thought. And it's my sister's birthday today, so please do in the comments send happy birthday wishes to Patty, and that would be nice. So yeah, stay cool, stay happy. How do I say? So stay happy, stay positive, be healthy. This is Richard Mabey, signing off.